Welcome to this Chromperfect training video. This video was produced using Chromperfect version 8 and Windows 11. Other versions of the software and operating system may be slightly different. Check your manual for information about your version of Chromperfect. This presentation is taken from the Chromperfect main manual, which is supplied with all modern Chromperfect systems in PDF format and is installed with the software. To view any of the manuals, please locate the following directory on your computer. C:/cpdata/manuals. Note that you will need a PDF reader installed on your computer to open the documents. This video is part of a wider chapter looking at specific Chromperfect features. The User Profile Editor program. The primary purpose of the User Profile Editor is to specify any number of search directory paths. These paths make it possible for the user to specify file names without bothering with the path. Chromperfect will try to find the file in the search directories and will prepend the path of the first search directory that contains the named file. When users are forced to log on, each user may define their own search directory paths. In single-user mode, all users share the same search directory paths. In either case, search directories, like all user preferences, are station local, so the search directory paths must be set up on each station. To launch the User Profile Editor, click on the main menu's Profile button. The following form will appear. Managing the search paths. As shown in the figure above, the form contains a spreadsheet that displays the search directory paths. If no paths are configured, the spreadsheet will be empty. The order of the paths in this spreadsheet determines the order in which the directories are searched. If multiple copies of the named file exist, then the file may reside in more than one search directory. In this case, the prepended path will reflect the first search directory that contains the named file. To add a new path, select a row in the spreadsheet, if there is one, and press the Insert button. A new row will appear after the selected row. To delete an existing path, select a row in the spreadsheet and press the Delete button. The selected row will vanish. To edit an existing path, select a row in the spreadsheet and edit the text directly, or press the button in the rightmost column to browse paths with the Path Inquiry form. Unlike most Path Inquiry forms, this does not support user directories, since they are open for editing. To alter the search order, select a row in the spreadsheet and press the Move Up or Move Down button. The selected row will move up or down in the list. Standard search directories. When users are forced to log on, each user defines their own search directory paths. Typically, some of these paths are private to the user, and others are shared with other users. To help users access the shared directories, the administrator, and only the administrator, may define a set of standard search directory paths on each station. To append these directories to the existing paths, press the button captioned Append Standard Search Directories. Any standard search directory paths that have been defined, but are not already listed, will appear in new rows at the bottom of the spreadsheet. Once there, they may be edited and deleted like other paths. When the administrator launches this program, another button appears at the bottom of the form. This button is captioned Set as Defaults. Pressing this button writes the current list of search directory paths to the local registry. Automatic creation of search directories. When the user saves the search directory paths, each path is checked for validity. If the search directory, or any of its parent directories, does not exist, then the following form will appear. The specified search directory path is displayed in the upper text box, and the missing directory or directories are listed in the lower text box. If the specified search directory is deeply nested and the missing directory is near the root, then there will be many directories to create, and scrolling may be necessary to see them all. There are four buttons at the bottom of the form. Pressing the Yes button creates all the directories listed in the lower text box. The form will vanish but will appear again if another search directory path has missing directories. Pressing the Yes to All button acts similarly, but also creates the directories, as needed, for the later search directory paths. Without further ado, pressing the No button dismisses the form without creating any directories. The form will appear again if another search directory path has missing directories. Pressing the No to All button dismisses the form without creating any directories for this and later search directory paths. Acquisition server host names. To support remote acquisition, Chromperfect sometimes needs to ask the user to pick from a list of host names. On large corporate networks, there may be so many hosts that a list of all hosts is too long to work with. Users may enter the host names of interest on this form, and only these names will appear in the pick list. User preferences. On the third tab section, there are several user preference settings. The acquisition frame has two checkboxes. The first affects a subtle point regarding the downloading of setpoints. Usually, a setpoint file need be downloaded only once, but frequently, when running a sequence of injections, the method file which names the setpoint file will be downloaded several times, so the setpoint file is also downloaded repeatedly. This is often harmless, but sometimes causes unnecessary delays. The download form allows the user to choose to download setpoint files every time, or only when the file name changes. The setting here simply determines the default state of the checkbox in the download dialog. If this checkbox is checked, then so will the download dialog checkbox be checked. If the user does not change the setting, then setpoint files will be downloaded every time. The second checkbox is a safety feature. With some gas chromatographs, it is possible to damage the column by downloading the wrong setpoint file. To restrict downloads to particular method files, check this checkbox, and put the instrument name, within square brackets, in the method file's description field, for example, My Instrument. The channel A detector name can be included, My Instrument FID. The download form allows the user to choose whether the restriction applies. The setting here simply determines the default state of the checkbox in the download dialog. If this checkbox is checked, then so will the download dialog checkbox be checked. If the user does not change the setting, then only method files containing the instrument name may be downloaded. The file browser frame has three checkboxes. The first determines which browser will be used. If the box is unchecked, the standard Windows browser will appear. If the box is checked, then the custom browser with the preview section will appear. If the other checkboxes are checked, then the custom browse form will remember the view style, list or details, and the sort order, by name, date, type, etc., from one session to the next. User printer list. Formatted reports may be directed to a specific printer, overriding the usual printer choice. The format file may specify a printer by name, but that runs into problems when many users are sharing many printers. A handy solution is to use alias names for the printers. That way, each user can make their own assignments. Chromperfect supports 8 alias names, custom printer number 1 through custom printer number 8. These may be assigned to any printer, or to no printer at all. Simply choose from the list provided. For example, if custom printer number 1 is adopted as the label-making printer, then format files may specify custom printer number 1, and whenever a user prints a report using this format file, it will go to whatever printer that is assigned as custom printer number 1 in the spreadsheet shown here. If none is selected, then there will be no printing at all. The user profile printout. A typical user profile printout is shown below.